citizen of Ust-Kamenogorsk made a revolution in one of the oldest and most popular but conservative types of sport. Prince and princess appeared on the chessboard. A chess player, Alexander Kachurgin, invented and patented his own version of extended chess. He was the first who offered the version where you can cut down the king and also introduced two new figures. This novelty has already been appreciated by international chess grandmasters, reported by Yulia Yefremova. Extended chessboard is a new leap in the game development, said Alexander Kachurgin, the author and implementator of the new game rules in 100 squares chess. In his opinion, all moves are figured out in advance on the 64 squares, and nothing new is expected from players.
If great chess players start playing this game, and generally all other people will do it later, well, you know, the intellectual level of the mankind will rise up on a completely different level. Why? Because chess on 64 squares is just logic and memory. This is the left hemisphere of our cerebral cortex. And here, in this game, we see a creative process in which we engage the right hemisphere, as the right hemisphere is responsible for intuition, the sixth sense of a person.
In the version of 100 squares chess by Kachurgin, it's not possible to figure out moves in advance or to play draw. Aside from the fact that Alexander introduced for the first time ever the new rules, according to which it's possible to cut down the king, he added two new figures, prince and princess. Their external appearance is also a uniquely designed and patented innovation.
First of all, the king has a big skirt in comparison with the classic king. The king has a skirt here, and there the skirt is made backwards. I have made a little crown with 4 cuts off, so you will not confuse it with the king. To distinguish the princess from the queen, I did the following. The queen has a round top here, it's an international standard. And there I made a cup, it's in the reverse way, just look, it's smaller than the prince is smaller than the queen, the princess and the prince are smaller than the king, but these two figures are larger than the rook, the knight or the bishop.
Alina Kopel has become the first girl who has mastered Kachurgin's chess. She's preparing for the championship in 100 squares chess and doesn't conceal that prince and princess are her favorite figures now. If before the creation of the 100 squares chess game I was asked, imagine how the princess will look in the chess on the 100 squares chessboard, I would frankly speaking imagine it exactly like this. As far as prince is concerned, it's also a very important figure. It's one of the most important figures. With the help of the prince, it's possible to come up with even more choices than with the princess, because the prince is like the second life of the king. Unlimited possibilities and new perspectives in chess with the innovation in the game, which is more than 5,000 years old, have already been appreciated by notable chess grandmasters. Alexander Kachurgin introduced his version of chess at the World Tournament in Greece and received only positive comments from professionals. Many eminent chess players pointed out that now they have an interest in the game again, as it was at the very beginning of their learning a chess board. Yulia Yefremova and Igor Krynicki, Ust-Kamenogorsk.